group of girlfriends doing this. Why would you flip into a belly flop? You don't know what's gonna happen. Anyway, sorry, I turned into a mother there. Do what you want, have fun.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bruno. We begin with day 14 of the Olympics, where Canada's men's 4x100 relay team has won a gold medal. The first time they did it since 1996. Aaron Brown, Jerome Blake, Brendan Rodney, and Andre DeGrasse win it with a time of 37.50 seconds. In what will be his final Olympics, DeGrasse ties Penny Oleksiak as Canada's most decorated Olympian with 7 medals. The NFL season is so close we could almost chuck a football to it. And while preseason generally marks the final chapter of the offseason, there are a few teams that still have some offseason business to settle. So far this NFL offseason, wide receivers have been cashing in, with 8 of the 10 most lucrative average salaries coming on contract signed in 2024. It's a good time to be catching footballs. Well, for the most part, that is. Jamar Chase, Brandon Ayuk, and CeeDee Lamb are all waiting new deals. And the 3-star receivers are handling this purgatory in different ways. While not practicing, Chase has been consistently present for his team. He's been smiling, cracking jokes, and seemingly entirely unconcerned about the contract situation. He's even been serving as an unofficial towel boy for the team. Meanwhile, in the Bay, things aren't as rosy for Ayuk and the Niners. With Debo and McCaffrey signed to large contracts, and Brock Purdy due for one next year, Ayuk seems to be the odd man out as the Niners' Super Bowl window narrows. As a result, the rumor mill is alive, with reports of a potential deal in the works to send Ayuk to Steeltown. And while this is thought to be Ayuk's preferred destination, a deal has not yet been reached. Multiple reports indicate that the Niners want more from the Steelers. But at this point, who really knows? The mess of money continues down in Texas, as drama in Dallas has reached a fevered pitch. It is wildly expected that Lamb's next contract will rival Justin Jefferson's for the highest in the league. But Jerry Jones recently stated he's in absolutely no rush to get that done, with Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons also due for a big payday soon. The Cowboys seem to be kicking the can down the road. And Lamb has been mostly in the shadows throughout this process, but one 3-letter tweet tells us everything we need to know about his state of mind. And with all these teams playing their first preseason game in the coming days, it'll be so interesting to see how these situations are settled. And who doesn't love a little down-to-the-wire spiciness ahead of kickoff? Thursday, we saw 2 epic semifinals in Olympic men's basketball, with host nation France beating Germany and the US outlasting Serbia. So it'll be France and the US for a gold medal showdown Saturday in what should be an epic matchup. It's a rematch of the gold medal game in Tokyo, where Kevin Durant put the Americans on his back with a 29-point performance. If history has taught us anything, it is that we should expect a USA win. Since professionals have been allowed to play in the Olympics since 1992, the US has won 7 of 8 gold medals. The only time they didn't was in Athens in 2004. And what might be their most talented team since the Dream Team in 1992? It's crazy that LeBron James at age 39 continues to be their best player. LeBron is leading the US in points, rebounds, and assists in Paris. You know what? Shout out to the 39-year-olds, okay? Shout out to the elder millennials. We can still do it. People give millennials a hard time, and given millennials a hard time their entire lives. But look at them still showing up. If France is gonna have any chance, it'll have to be with defense. The French have allowed just 71 points per game during the knockouts. And of course, most of that has to do with phenom Victor Wembanyama. He's been a menace defensively, leading the Olympics in blocks and steals. And even with all that said, it's gonna be really tough for France. Do they have a chance at the upset? Yes or no? Hypothetical fictional rankings are always fun, because you're never right or wrong. Our very own Luca Celebre caught up with actor and boxer Florian Munteanu to rank which fictional boxers would have the best chance to survive on Pandora, the home planet of a new film he's in based off a video game called Borderlands.
I'm going to hit you with 5 different characters, though, and let's start with Maggie Fitzgerald, $1 Million Baby.
I will give it a 4.
Okay. He's been on the screen before in another movie, but more from a video game perspective. Donkey Kong. How would Donkey Kong survive on Pandora?
He has the hammer fists, for sure. He got that down. So I would give him a 3.
Let's go next with Apollo Creed.
Yeah, Apollo Creed, man. Legend. Obviously, without Apollo, there's no Adonis. I think I have to put him on 2.
Okay. Let's go next with this guy, very popular in the video game world, Little Mac.
Little Mac.
Not known for his size, but notoriously has a rep for being one of the best video game boxers of all time.
I would honestly put him at 5, just because I don't like him or I don't respect him or don't respect his game. So I'm pretty happy with how the list looks right now.
Okay, so let's see if this is the one you were waiting for.
Let's see. Hit me.
Ivan Drago.
Oh, there we go. I did everything right.
I must break you.
One of the most iconic villains in movie history. My dad on screen, so I had to put him on one. And I was actually waiting for something like this, so yeah, good choice from me. So we have Drago, Creed, Donkey Kong, $1 Million Baby, and Lil Mac. I think that's a good list.
I think that's a good list too.
Honestly, for a blind ranking, that was surprisingly accurate. It's crazy out there on Pandora, okay? No one really survives, so the only one that could really cut it would be Drago. Time now for the CFL preview powered by FanDuel. The Stamps and Argos will face off in a rematch of last week's game, where Calgary won after a 21-point comeback. Tonight, Toronto's making a switch at quarterback, with journeyman Nick Arbuckle getting a start due to the uncertain health of Cameron Dukes. Arbuckle has only seen limited action this season, playing 3 times in spot duty, and there's not too much we can take from this limited sample size. On the season, Calgary and Toronto are both 4-4, but the Stamps are winless on the road this year. And we balance it all out, even with a change at quarterback, FanDuel is still considering the Argos a 2.5-point favorite. You can catch Friday football on TSN1 at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And listen, I know I just came back from Copenhagen, but it's really just a pop thing to say hello. I've missed ya. I'll miss ya again. I'm going to be gone next week, going to the motherland. This is a very important trip, okay? Celebrating a little birthday. I'll be back the week after. See you then.